What's up, family? 49 people killed after a mass shooting in mosques in New Zealand. I know you guys have heard about this. Me and Arrested Development, we've been to New Zealand, I believe at least 15 times. But anyway, I want to give love to Jacinda Ardern, a woman, the Prime Minister of New Zealand. And to me, she is a godly example of world leadership and servitude. I hope that Trump supporters and Christians will listen up to what she did. So, a few things. She immediately mourned with those who mourned. That's a biblical concept. And after this horrific mass murder, she didn't divide by the parties or whatever. She didn't ignore or downplay the issues. In fact, from what I've seen pictures of and hear, she wore a full hijab to acknowledge solidarity with those that was the most affected by it. And then she, through her government, covered the cost of the 51 funerals and their other expenses for as long as it takes, like reparations for those that were wronged. And that's literally like the Good Samaritan, just like the scriptures. And then lastly, she immediately took heed to the obvious cause of the wrongdoing, and she promised a ban on assault or semi-automatic guns, probably both, so it couldn't easily happen anymore. I find that just amazing. No empty thoughts and prayers, no mantras about that, no, our prayers are with you. None of that alone, because they know that faith without actions or deeds is dead. So no bickering, just pure leadership. In Australia, another place I've been numerous times. In fact, I think the killer was from Australia. Man, I've been there even more times than New Zealand when I think about it. In the wake of their mass shootings, I think it was around 95, 96, and they outlawed semi-automatic weapons. They required folks to justify their need for firearms. And the government there bought back the citizens' guns and destroyed like 1 million guns. So after their legislative changes, the rates of their suicides went down like 80% or so. The nation didn't see another mass shooting for almost 20 years. So, I look at us here in the United States, and tens of thousands of people die every year. So 49 was just killed in New Zealand. Tens of thousands of us die from gun violence here every year. And there was at least 300 mass shootings in the United States last year. Just that year alone. So in New Zealand, there's one mass shooting. Just one. And already, through great leadership, they agree that the gun laws have to change. Simple. And yet so opposite than the United States. And I think of the scripture in Proverbs, chapter 29, verse 2. A scripture I often think about. And it says, when the righteous thrive, the people rejoice. So when the righteous thrive, the people rejoice. But when the wicked thrive, the people groan. I think about an African proverb that says, if the wise people in the village don't speak up, the village idiots sure will. So the righteous, the wise, those that make some sense, have to stand up, or else the idiots in the village or the unrighteous in this world, they will make all of us groan. I rejoice over Jacinda's decisions and her leadership. I'm not endorsing everything she's ever done. This has nothing to do with that. It's just, I see a righteous decision and a righteous leader who's a world leader, and I have to give applause. I rejoice over your decisions. In this horrible incident, you've shown to be more righteous than people that talk a lot of stuff all the time about goodness and Christianity and righteousness. I applaud you. And here in the United States, I groan, just like the scripture in Proverbs says. I groan because wickedness thrives. Anyway, peace and strength, y'all.